Welcome to Down with Dragons here on Monsters of Roll on Twitch. I am your DM, Scott. With me as always,
Adam playing Lynn Sentinel.
Chris playing Theobald Blackstaff.
And Mick playing Callan Den.
it's Tuesday. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be a fun night. I did not see any inspiration hashtags, so we're going to just cruise right over that. I mean, that, or I could just say anytime there's no nominations, automatically goes to me. I feel that would be fair. But no, calm down, Adam. So we will jump right into the game, and we're going to do our recap, I guess, a little different. Bear with me as I try to read. It's been 6 days since we last joined our heroes. They have continued traveling northwest through the Loch Forest and made their way to the southern edge of Loch Lake. There, as the sun set, they set a small fire for camp near the dock after lighting a brazier that burns bright green in the nearing night, an obvious beacon in the landscape. Night now has come, and the moon has traveled most of the way across the sky above. Here is where we rejoin our heroes. Callan sits at the campfire. He and his companions made for the night. He tends the low fire and keeps watch despite his being tired and still sore from his near-death encounter a few days ago. Strangers in hoods appeared and demanded they give over the cube that they were sent to get. The hooded figures fought with purpose that only fanatics have to retrieve the cube. They even set themselves ablaze with magic of some sort when they were defeated instead of being captured. The words of the leader of the hooded ones still echoed in his ears. We will never stop coming. They will have the cube. Disturbing, and a mystery that kept him thinking and awake regardless of how tired he was. He plays with the cord of rope with its many knots that were given to him, thinking how silly it was that by simply untying some stupid knots would somehow make him ready to find out more from that monk. He shakes his head, takes a sip of his flask. Loon, near the fire, trying to meditate before sleep, but struggles with his focus, trying to center himself, his thoughts, and conflicted feelings, the thoughts of the right actions to take in the face of violent creatures and true mortal evils being done. The images of those creatures that attacked in the ruins bite at his focus, and the roaring fire and screams of the dead in the farmhouse deafen his calm. He shakes his head and reflects on the presence of Master Agenor. But even in that, there's mixed feelings that are brought to mind. Though thankful Master Agenor came in their desperate hour of need to help rescue them from the root cellar of the farmhouse, and that his master is proud of him and still ever watchful. Those thoughts help quiet his mind and bring focus, but his being there also seemed to have caused his friend Callan much pain and anger in the process. Many unknown things with that and their apparent past connection. And then these new teachings of Master Agenor's scroll that he had given to him and has started learning. So many questions with the fact that they have the possibility to restore life as much as they can take. So many questions. Slate lays on the side of the fire, sleeping soundly at the moment, seemingly to either be content with his sudden discovery of power that he had in a time of need, or maybe just embracing the fact that he not only doesn't know who he is, but is capable of things he didn't know he could do. Nothing should really be surprising. But on the other side of the fire, where Theobald sleeps, restlessly tossing and turning. For as the journey from Dragonlock to the ruins of Alendol, and now here, so near the return to Dragonlock, it's clearly taken its toll on all. Theobald. You sleep. You hear the sound of water and waves. You feel the rocking of a boat slowly swaying in the water. You open your eyes and see the young girl, the voice of the maiden. You remember the feeling of both the pain you felt and guilt you were reflecting on in that conversation. The battle you survived with while your men didn't, the survivor's guilt that you still carry with you. And then she speaks the words you still remember so clearly. Your guilt and what you do with it is yours. We say, see how it hurts you and wish to heal your heart of it. You close your eyes against the tears that sting you, and the waves gently hitting your small boat gets louder, sloshing, then louder, like waves crashing against the coastline, crashing, louder. You open your eyes and you see the battle in the woods. You feel the rain and hear the thunder above rumble. You see the bodies of your men and their blood pool and collect in the earth and water. You watch yourself fight with ferocity of a cornered tiger in the rain and the mud as the lightning crashes down from the heavens. You see yourself picked up and thrown, cast down on the ground, bloodied and mortally wounded. You see the York chief smiling as he walks towards you. And you hear the words crack in the thunder, striking a tree nearby. Injustice. The light of the lightning blinds you for a moment, and when your vision clears, you see the same battlefield and many bodies of you and your men laying cold and broken on the forest floor. The storm has passed. The rain falls in the pre-morning light upon the field of battle as if the sky was weeping. You watch this silent scene for a long moment before the light starts to appear. Bright and radiant light. A figure of a woman made of light appearing in the first rays of sunlight breaking through the forest trees, standing over your body. She kneels down and kisses your forehead. You hear a strong and compassionate voice whisper a command. Theobald, return here to yourself and open your eyes. I have need of a champion. Stand and be my instrument of hope and light. You see the light, and it gets brighter and brighter until you feel the heat of it. You wince and close your eyes against it. Eventually, you manage to open them against the light and heat, and you see the fire of the farmhouse. You see your friends, Callan, currently a giant pinned down by a burning beam. You in his arms and Slade in his other. Both of you are pressed down by the beam. And Loon, coughing, struggling, he was trying to help ration Molly to the cellar by leading the way. You see yourself as you look around, your eyes darting here and there, trying to make the best choice to help all, but unable to act on your own. And then the farmhouse starts to collapse, claiming those around you. Rash pushing forward, trying to shield his wife from the falling debris. Molly reaching towards her husband, who has vanished in a cloud of smoke and fire. Bishop unconscious, beyond aid, helpless. And Gret struggling to try to lift a burning beam as his own clothes light on fire. All of them dying. Smoke and heat rush towards you as it did in that moment. And you hear like the crackling of fire and the boom of wood breaking. Injustice. You shake yourself awake in a scream. You see the campfire in front of you, low but still there.
Breathe. Breathe, 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 breathe. Is anybody on watch? Is there anything happening? Is there anything coming?
You look around. No one's there. You are alone. And you're not near the dock of Loch Lake, where you went to sleep. You are in a clearing with a tall forest all around. A very dark forest. You remember this forest and this campsite when last you spoke to your father. this campsite, which you last spoke to him. A vision from the maiden. A quiet little safe haven in the dark. As you have that thought, you hear the trees in the distance breaking and moving. An unknown creature screaming a hunter's call of found prey.
Got the black staff. The bow, the black bow.
You look around and nothing is your weapons, nothing's with you.
Yep. Breathe, breathe, breathe.
As you try to calm yourself, softly behind you, you hear the last words your father said to you. Keep going, Theo. It's where you need to be. Your friends will need you. I know you can do this. You turn to the last place you saw your father before that vision ended. But there, standing in its place, driven down into the dirt like a monolith of purpose and power, glowing, is the black staff. You wake. Callan, you definitely hear his tossing and turning. So do you, Loon, even though you're dealing with your own internal meditation. Theo all of a sudden sits up, starts awake.
What's going on, Zasio? Are you okay?
Look for the staff.
It's right there. That is your bow.
It is okay, my friend. What is going
Owl.
on here?
Where's Owl? Callan and Lunar at the fire.
Near it, Callan closer, but yeah. Owl, you feel the connection.
Okay. Gonna send Owl up and around. Just to have it.
Looking at Callan, what is going on with him? Wait, why would he not talk to us?
Is
Theobald,
it
what is
something-
going on?
Did something happen, Theobald? Do we need to ready?
I don't know. Are you guys all right?
This thing has happened. We have been sitting here just fine.
I had dreams again. I'm gonna get out and pull the blanket over me and head over to the fire. Sit down next to the fire.
I'm gonna begin rummaging through my pack. I have an herbalism kit, and I'm gonna just put something together.
I'm probably
Breathe.
going to feel
Breathe.
more alerted by Theobald's state. So I'm looking around. I cast an illusion of a duplicate of myself just in case someone's watching.
Okay.
And send it to the other side of where we are.
Okay. So as everyone's settling down, you make a gesture and almost matching your gesture as it appears, another image of you is there sitting by the fire.
Yeah.
It doesn't
and,
take long. And oh, sorry.
we both appear to be looking around.
Is it easy to tell who's who?
Well, I wouldn't have hidden who, I wouldn't have tried to deceive you guys. So you would have
Okay.
seen me cast it,
Yeah.
the other one appear. And
Yeah. As I'm just trying to say for future reference, in the middle of a fight when I try to use healing, in case our wonderful DM Scott throws something at us.
What me?
Theobald would mutter about how Callan's getting better at that.
Practice
yeah, I've
makes-
really been working on a layering process of my little tricks here. So yeah, thank you.
I'll hand a cup over to you, Theobald. It's gonna smell very earthy, but I tell you to drink it. Will help calm your nerves.
And if that doesn't sound good, I already have this and show him my flask.
I'll hold up the cup for a dash of something. Out of
Yep.
No, that is going to it's going to ruin it.
Oh, trust us, Loon. It's good. It's
I,
good. And then I return to looking around the perimeter and such.
Take a sip.
Yeah, it's like a matcha, kind of thick and grainy, but
Matcha.
uh what did you see? What in your
Well,
dream?
peppermint schnapps in it or something.
What did your dream consist of? What did you see? Why are you so panicked?
I've dreamt these before, but I dreamt of the first time I died
You,
on the battlefield. And the maiden bring me back.
you have visited the other side.
I dreamt of the fire and the boat. This probably doesn't make any sense to any of y'all, but I dreamt of the last time I saw my father in a not a dream, and the staff was there.
Yeah, I can tell something's changed with you, Theobald, since you changed.
I love it.
So far I'm liking it, but I guess tell us what you need.
I don't know what I need yet. I was just a soldier, and now I'm cupbearer. A staff bearer. The staff keeps telling me injustice, and the maiden wanted me to be a champion. Something's unbalanced the world, she says. And my father said that I needed to continue on. That you two, the three of us, needed to continue on.
When did your father last talk to you? When did you last talk to your father?
He's been dead 30 years, 25, 30 years.
Was he an old soldier too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I-
You're not exactly just an old soldier anymore, Theobald. I can tell you that much.
yeah, that's how I lost my legs. I forgot that.
Well, it is fortunate that your new life no longer requires you in the middle of heated battle. However, now you are stuck with us two idiots, so don't know if you are better off. But we are here
I
for you.
think we have plenty of heated battles ahead of us yet.
We are here
Just
together
different
as a
kinds.
team. We can handle these.
Yeah. Well, and good, because I think I've shaken off whatever Loon Sentinome did to me that probably,
Oh, come off, Ethan. I kind of
Hey, come on. I was off my game that last battle. That was not me.
Hit him.
You must have done something.
You don't have an appendix anymore, so that's not a thing.
Hey, you don't need it anyway. It is fine. I know my medicine.
Glance over. Slate's still asleep.
Yep, seems to be.
Sleep of the dead.
Well, you continue
Where were you
drinking
two?
that.
Where did you two come from? I was a soldier. My father was
Yeah.
a soldier.
I know all about the soldiers.
Yeah, how's that?
Well, it's kind of a strange journey, but you might have guessed I knew Master Adrenor from Loon Sensinome's same abbey when I was a very young child. I didn't really understand what was going on back then, but for some reason, someone found reason to take me from the kindness and helpful comfort of the abbey and place me with you've heard of the Shield Hand Guild?
Yeah.
soldiers, mercenaries.
I
the city.
I would know of them.
Yeah.
Make a quick history check there, then.
No, 3
Okay.
plus my history of -1.
Nope. Continue.
Do we see that Luna's lost?
Probably, yeah, just a little.
I'm listening, but I'm not like comprehending.
They're the city guard, or close to it as we've gotten Dragon Lock.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They find a lot of reasons to be out doing campaigns of violence. That's what I learned in my time with them.
You
And
said
I
the
guess
people who raised you were gardeners, though, before.
that's not a lie. Before I went into the hands of Master Agenor, yeah, I lived among peaceful, in tune with the earth people, and that was shaken up by soldiers.
Whose soldiers?
I don't know. I was a tiny kid at the time. I'd really love to know that. It's something that's been bothering me forever.
In the north, the east? Where were you? Was it orcs? What?
The Deadwood.
You lived in the Deadwood.
Yes.
Which is this Deadwood? And what these? I do not understand. Why are we?
Yes. That's
Okay.
that's the whole thing, is that I don't understand. As a small child, I was raised in a setting of peace, harmony. It seemed like I could tell people were trained as warriors and such around me. And this was when I was just a small child, maybe 4. And one day that all changed. The piece that I remember was just shaken, destroyed, and I woke up in the hands of Master Agenor. And a year later, I found a new family, or was put in the care of a new family that seemed to value me as a curiosity, because I had been saved from savages. And that's not how I remember it.
Beowulf's just going to be nodding and sipping at his spiced up tea.
I mean, you guys know me as Callan in the Shield Hand Guild. I've got another name, my given name, my God's given name. It's Engueradon the Liberated. Liberated from what? I'll tell you what they mean by liberated. They mean liberated from the shame of being a backward savage. And I came to understand that pretty early on. So you can kind of see how that colored my youth early on.
What did you do in the Shield Hand Guild? Did you have a mentor?
Yeah, I had trainers, teachers. I mostly liked I gravitated more towards the academics, because I didn't like all the types who were training to be martial adepts. They were all jerks. So yeah, I hang out in the guild hall, in the libraries, and just be pushed around and show up when they needed to show me off as a curiosity. Look who we saved from the backward savages.
This is backward savages. I am lost. Are we talking about? Who are we talking about?
The people of the Deadwood. I
Is
don't
the-
I don't really know who my mother or father might be,
Mm.
but yeah. So
Yet another strange connection between the two of us. You and
I'll
I are
do it.
very, very, very different people, and yet somehow I feel this odd familiarity with you.
Hmm.
As if fate twisted us apart to begin with, but could not keep us apart as destined.
and I really find it strange that I'm just letting this gush all out right now. But like I said, Theobald, you're more than just the old soldier right now, and I can tell that by looking at you.
Lou's gonna let the silence kind of carry for a moment. And then
Loon,
he's
how
gonna
did-
start. Oh, he's gonna start to take off his shirt, and that bone that you saw protruding out of the wrappings around his chest, he's just gonna slide it out and attach to it as a blade. This is all I have from my past.
Okay, so it's in your body? You just
It's in
pulled
the
it.
wrappings. It's in the
Okay.
wrappings. It's not in my body. I didn't just yank this blade out of me covered in blood.
Do you want me to make like a sheath for it or something?
It is
Sorry,
just-
I got distracted. Can you describe what you just pulled out again?
it is an elk antler blade.
Okay, thank you.
Just a dagger with an elk horn or an elk antler handle.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Okay, would Callan recognize anything about this type of
Sure. Roll
object?
me just an intelligence check. Or or a survival check, actually.
Okay. Survival gets me a 9.
9. Looks like a homemade, simple blade of some sort.
Ah. I don't want to examine it too closely. It probably smells funny.
I imagine by this point it might be a little rusted. I don't take great care of it. It's more a memento than an actual useful piece. But this was something given to me by my first caretaker, the man who found me abandoned long ago.
And he took you to the monastery too?
For reasons I do not quite yet know. My master says it was for good reasoning, but I never truly found out.
Does a monastery mostly orphans?
They take people from every walk of life. People who need a second chance. People who wander in off the street looking for a home. It is a melting pot, if you will.
When I was there, I could barely speak common, so I don't. I still don't understand my time there.
Callan, who took you into the Shield Hand Guild?
That would be my family. I don't know if we established that name. I was adopted as a ward, as a foundling. Apparently, to justify these violent campaigns to go out and loot and pillage. Somewhere along the line, they came up with a guild law or a guild policy where they protect foundlings such as myself. And
Very close to that. They actually were in agreement with the dragoons of anything that happened where there were refugees, that they had open doors to give shelter to any foundlings, things like that, and teach them a trade and show. And most of the time, it was very much kind of pushed in joining them fully, but yeah.
So, I mean, I was afforded a life of privilege because, the Shield Hand Guild is not exactly uh, uh, bereft of money, of gold or anything. I had all the learning, all the training I could ever wish to have. But it's just the humiliation of the core reason I was there. It wasn't really a life for me that I wanted to stick around with.
How many years ago did you leave the Deadwood? 15?
My guess would be 17, 18, something.
Ballpark.
Would that have DM Scott? Would that have matched up with my area of assignment at that point?
You were in the area. I mean, you had operations all through the Deadwood, but
No.
you were there.
You realize that was the Deadwood was where my brigade was stationed. Calendon. 17 years ago, I'm old enough. I would have been one of the scouts throughout that area.
I'm pretty sure I had that suspicion ever since I've pegged you as an old soldier. It's just how it is. For all my gripes of what old soldiers are, you might think you have your reasons for serving, but sometimes you don't realize you've got a spirit your back as well. I get that. That's probably what my time at the Shield Hand Guild taught me. All the conscripts they sent to die. They didn't really have a choice.
My father and I had choices.
So what choice are you saying you made?
We volunteered. It was army life against raiders.
Yeah. Army life. Yep, I heard that too.
Loon is uncomfortably sitting off on the side, kind of watching this go on between the two of you.
The thing about army life is you're not making all the decisions. You're not deciding where to go all the time. And at some point, someday, you're going to be put in a situation where the time to make a crucial decision is not afforded to you, and you make the wrong decision. And for old soldiers, you just brush it off. That's it. That's the life. I understand that. But that's what I don't like.
Like you and I have very different experiences on different sides of the conflict.
Be assured, though, I value your ability to strategize. And I'm under no illusion that we're going through dangerous stuff here. So you don't have to worry about all that stuff. And like I said, I think you've got a new perspective going on right now.
Oh, we'll see.
I'll see if I can help you get there.
How you doing,
Look,
Lou?
it seems the two of you are getting along together well. Yes, no more rear.
All right, Loon. It's all right.
I think
Jose.
Callan would still be serious about, like, he saw Theobald be bothered. Is there a threat around? So he's still seriously surveying the area. And kind of preparing the battlefield with illusion.
Roll me perception. Theo, roll me perception with advantage for Owl. Seeing as Owl is making circles.
Callan's roll was a 12.
Okay, 12,
11.
11. It's a quiet night. Not seeing anything around. Not too far away, you see the green brazier still burning. The lake off, way off. You can't see it, but you can imagine where Dragonlock lies.
All right. I'm gonna thank you, Loon.
And
Hand it back. Toss the dregs out in the fire and hand it back. And I'm gonna go walk out to the edge of the fire and try to reacquire my night vision. So
wipe it out, put the cup away. Knife's back where it belongs, and coat's on. Well, okay, so it's like
there can be only one.
it's sitting along the part of the shoulder here that doesn't move too much, like along the back, so that when
Totally.
when I flex, it doesn't absolutely stab me.
Good, because rusty blades I hear are not great.
Up to date with Technus.
I don't know. I don't know if that's even a thing yet.
Oh, it's a thing, but you just whether you have an actual name for it or
yeah. Stone joints.
So Theobald, what do you think we should do once we get to Dragonlock?
Hand over the damn cube and go find Telsia. Hand over the cube and tell what's his name? Bazozan and Dagnar.
I am
What
with him on
happened
that one. Let's
see
ditch
ya.
this cube and find the persons. Make them understand that what they did was not okay.
Sure, but we've got some space in between us, and once we get to the shores and trying to get to the Stones district, we got some. There's some territory where someone might still be ambushing us.
Then we will have to be ever vigilant. We have a task to complete.
Sure. Should we be thinking about hiding the cube or something?
I think
Are
we
we
just
not-
need to move fast.
Are we not already? I thought. Oh wait, that's right. The backpack it got shredded, didn't it?
The sack is, we still have a sack. I thought.
you still have a sack.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we should find some way to kind of hide it into whatever we're carrying.
Do you have a way of disguising us?
Yeah, I could work on that. I was kind of suggesting maybe I have some friends who can help,
Okay.
but let me know. We're gonna make a run for it, or do we want to try to fish out whoever's chasing us?
It's going to depend on where we end up in the docks and how much time we have. Whether we can lie low, whether we can keep everybody in the cabin while we have time, or if the captain, whoever it is going to kick us off right away. I think make multiple plans and see from there.
Good idea.
That sounds as good as anything else to me. I have nothing else.
We could send Loon off with we could split up 2 sacks.
Not the worst idea, but I do not like the idea of being run into by a pack of ambushers with nothing in my bag.
I agree. It's not ideal. You guys aren't familiar enough with all. Colin's familiar enough. I'm familiar enough with Dragonlock, but Lou and I think you'd get lost, and Slate, God knows Slate needs help.
Kaloon is the only one I would trust to be able to make it through without attracting any attention, because he can make himself look like a woman.
Oh, just because of that?
It's very, very convincing, my friend. Like you can slip into a crowd and you are gone.
Yeah. Well, it depends if how much we want to slow down and how much we want to make a dash for it. Because Loon Sentinel.
Perhaps they do not know that we have picked up a fourth person. If you can get Slate to look enough like you, and you can get enough to look like perhaps someone else entirely, then Theobald, myself, and Slate can go up to the Scalebound Guild, and you can take the other bag with the stone in it, and we can all make it there safely. If we get ambushed, then at least we do not have the stone on us, and you are not there with us.
That's not a bad idea.
And I mean, Loon Sentinel could keep the cube, and also Loon Sentinel could lead ahead and attract an ambush. And I'll turn my illusion into Loon Sentinel with the cube in a bag.
I was getting very concerned about where you are going with this, but I am liking this plan as well.
Turn my silent image into Loon.
Not that it moves like I move, like I just like I can like it'll
Yes.
Depending on who we got, we might have fanatics and the serpents waiting for us at that point too. Although I think the serpents think we're dead.
Boy, we have gotten ourselves in deep, haven't we? Oof.
Well, Tulsia got us in deep.
Yeah,
We were just kinda deep.
biography is getting really interesting right now. That's why I think we should save her.
I think best we can do is have multiple plans ready to go. Stay vigilant.
I do believe we have several good ones already.
We need to be quiet about what we got as much as possible, alter what we look like so we can try to slip in. If that doesn't work, then we'll have to go. If there's any way to get word ahead to Dagnar, that'd be best, and have him waiting with the crew at the docks, but I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so I have those earrings. Will I have been able to figure them out by this time?
Yeah. You at least full the full scope of them, you know that there is more, but right now you do know that the earrings that were on the lower place setting, because there was one that was slightly above, the ones at the bottom, that if you guys wear them within 1 mile, you can talk to each other.
Okay. So I
beyond that, you're not sure what else it could do, but you feel like there is more there than you were able to kind of suss out and experiment with a little bit as you traveled.
All right. Well, so far I figured out that if we all wear these, we're able to talk to each other at good distances. So I think we should add that to what we have ready.
Loon, you're fairly unadorned. Are you going to be able to wear an earring? I'm not sure what your beliefs are at this point.
My unadornment is by my choice, not by personal beliefs, or not by monastic beliefs. I am fine wearing an earring. Perhaps it will add a little extra charm to the already charming.
Okay.
Take another run talking to Lady Midnight, eh?
You believe it or not, I have been thinking of a way to get back in contact with her. I have some things I would like to
believe it.
discuss.
I believe
Well,
How difficult is it to try and attach? Is it like actually got to pierce the ear, or like is it? I'm talking about Scott.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I was letting you just simmer.
I don't know if it'll work by just. I did it anyways and pierced it myself. So
yeah. Once again, Technus, did you clean those from the ruins that they were?
I mean, I have unlimited
Flask.
alcohol swabs.
Oh yeah, just for all intents and purposes, yeah, you would actually have to have a piercing.
I can help you with that.
All right, let's do it.
Oh,
Get
well,
a
I
needle.
suppose fair is fair. I did. Well, yes, Colin. Yes, I'll kneel down and just take it. The momentary pain for the earring and rub it once.
He'll kneel down, but I'll still have to climb up on him to get leverage and
Do you have a preference for
Smooth.
colors?
Yeah.
We will are you you'll have to take care of it for the next several days. We'll have
Ah.
to go for infection. Because if you don't clean it and rotate
Holy
it,
crap! This got realistic fast.
I have daughters.
I suppose, yeah. What can I add this as an manage equipment, add item?
Magic earring.
Yeah.
Magic earring, something. We'll worry about that later.
Now you can't get Callan to shut up, no matter if even if you go away, like up to a mile away.
Well, hold on a minute. There is no
Whoa!
there is no way to quiet him in my. Wait, how does this work? Do you have to like touch the thing? Or do you just have to sink at it hard? Like how do I
can hear ya.
make this thing work?
Yeah, I
Basically,
hear you.
anytime there's the intent of talking through it, it's going through. And so as all of this is coming through all of your ears,
It's working.
Okay.
All right, what color earring do I get?
Color.
Yeah, they're all different colored gems.
Oh,
I took the white one if that was a option.
the white one was the one above.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, you can still have taken it. But
Does it still communicate?
So that
back?
doesn't work in conjunction with the other ones, or
it does. If you try it, it does work. But you
Okay.
do get your investigation didn't show you everything, but you do get the sense like this one's more significant. There's
oh
more
yeah,
to
then I'm
the- you know.
definitely wearing that one.
Okay, so you have the white one.
Hmm.
Do you want me just to pick, or do you want to make a roll? Because I have them all written here.
there a black
it gives you a very special.
There is a
variety of
black one.
tetanus.
There
I'll
is
take
a
the
black one.
I'm very much
Ooh,
in
the
my
black
goth
one.
phase now.
Nice, yeah. Isn't your mantle black too?
I don't know what color it is.
The leather it's a trench coat basically
Oh,
with
is it like a
mantle on it.
duster? Oh, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's full mantle with hood.
I gotta wear that.
oh my god!
Unless Loon, unless you need this, but
It is far too restricting for me. Imagine that it would get wrapped around my arm in the middle of a punch. I would be useless.
all right. So I got my black earring and my big leather duster. Yeah, this is
You remind me
And
of
my
the things
bow.
in my nightmares as a child, Sibold.
You know, I think we're gonna have a problem disguising Loon Sentinome because he's
What do you mean? What is the problem of disguising these?
so maybe we should use a different approach and instead of disguising him, just have more of him. So my silent image is Loon Sentinome, and then I change my appearance into Loon Sentinome. And we have like 3 Loon Sentinomes walking around.
Just
apparently
a
with
smidgen
feuds.
shorter. Just a
You-
smidgen
I was
shorter.
gonna say, you can do that?
we don't need triplet loons that'll attract attention.
Wait, what earring color is left? What did I end up with? What did you guys leave me with? What trash is at the bottom of this barrel?
There's a red, a blue, and a green left.
Blue would be his.
Matches your eyes.
Yeah.
Very gorgeous. Really brings it out, you know.
Yeah, new thing to play with now. The click is done, but now I'm rubbing the earring.
Yeah, wait till he tries that. When he can't find you guys, he'll be like, "Hey guys, click, click."
Okay.
I need to
All
like
right,
find a way
so-
to add a whistle into one of these so I click. Whee!
So
Yeah,
and we didn't
don't get a
find
loon
anything
whistle.
in those piles of ash that used to be our attackers.
We can backtrack to that if you do. There is nothing in them other than the remnants of the broken ambulance.
I would have pocketed that skull. I would have bagged up that skull.
Oh, the blown apart. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is a charred and missing some of it skull.
I'll try not to brandish that in front of Loon, but
Yeah.
you might be able to use that later.
Yep, you're putting together a look. All right.
All right.
I'm in favor of this. This one. Just all you gotta do is change it to a scythe, and you know.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'll take watch, guys.
Good.
We're at the docks. We're waiting for a ship.
You've signaled kind of
That's what the brazier is.
the
for.
brazier is a
Signal that.
general
Got it.
beacon.
Like
Got
we
it.
are
Okay.
ready for pickup.
So the night goes on. It's a quiet night. Finish your watches. Next day, sun rises. And by mid-morning, you start to notice that there is a ship on the water that is making its way. Whether it caught sight in the night or early hours of the morning, but it is making its way. It's not a particularly large ship, but the distance it would have to travel for transport of this nature doesn't require too big of a ship. It shows up, and you'll very quickly find out the name on the side of the ship, called the River Key. And roll me just a general persuasion. Whoever's going to be doing the talking, we can kind of speed this part up.
22.
Okay. So no real issue there. Basically, he agrees upon for 5 gold for all of you for just transport to Dragonlock. It's just a fairly simple fishing ship, and goes around the area of the lake, picks up a few travelers here and there trying to get to Dragonlock, or takes people from there while they're fishing and stuff like that. It'll take pretty much the whole day. You will arrive in Dragonlock very late in the evening, but you will be you will arrive back into Dragonlock probably about 11 o'clock at night or so.
Yep. Is there much traffic on the docks?
Up
to the lift, out the Dragon's Maw, into the cavern.
Yep, you'd come in through the Dragon's Maw, up into the lock, and into the Stones District, and that is where you'd be dropped off there.
Who hooked the 5 gold again?
Oh, I would have done it.
Okay.
And
At this point, you guys might have noticed Theobald really hasn't paid for much. Anything. He hasn't even offered to go for his purse, but his purse is pretty small.
Well, is this where we enact our plan? Is this how are we going to move from here there surreptitiously?
As we're going up to the docks, we're going up to the docks in the fishing boat. I'd like to send Owl up and just look.
Yep.
And just see, do I see anything like a riot, a mob? Is there just normal activity for an 11 o'clock? Unloading, loading. What do we got going on here?
Roll me just a roll me your insight, seeing as using Owl's perception, which here it's fairly easy to see. There are lights. Natural 20.
Plus
6. All right. There is not a ton of activity, but in the Stones District, this area is always got a little bit of activity to it, for the simple fact of inside the actual cliff. It's like kind of that you never really have to follow the rules of day and night and all that.
Yep.
It's always this perpetual starlight from the moss above. And not a ton of activity, but there are people here and there. It looks like your general a ship here getting loaded, just normal dock hands doing things here and there. There is some little bit of business probably down a little ways from one of the local bars. Nothing too crazy. It's not like the busy time of the day for the dock, but there is still activity.
So what's the date now? How has the High Summer Festival ended or passed or?
Oh yeah. The High Summer Festival was on the 1st, or technically the last 2 days, of Anvala and the first day of Soniva, but it is now the 14th of Soniva.
Oof.
We've had some travel
Long
time.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna say I was be looking for anybody like to travel in and out of Dragonlock for festivals if I knew anyone. Just generally looking for someone I'm comfortable approaching for information.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
It's over almost 2 full weeks since the high
Right.
summer festival ended. So
17.
17. Okay. You look around. Let me make a roll. Gosh, all of that other narrative stuff, and I hadn't even got my actual dice out. How unprepared of me. I apologize. All right. Okay. You look around. You spend a little time kind of looking, near the bar, near a few of like kind of people working that are kind of slacking off a little bit, just getting a general idea of everyone around here. Right off the cuff, you don't see anybody you recognize. Like, not anyone that, immediately was like, I could talk to him, that'd be useful. I know he's a good informant. Anything like that.
Okay.
Guys, I'm thinking we should move. They'll be watching the docks.
All right. What are you thinking? Where to next?
Yeah, my head's on a swivel. I'm trying to surreptitiously keep my head on a swivel, like not really making it known, but just keeping an eye out.
We need not a direct route back to the Dragon Scale Guild. We need a side route with a couple options on the side. Would I have a map in my head? An idea of what route we could go?
I think that would be up Callan's alley pretty well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you would have a more generalized, map questy version.
Okay.
Callan, you'd probably be a little bit more familiar with all the ins and outs.
Callan, I think we need some side streets. Let's
Well, I
find
know
a
some
spot,
side streets.
and let's find a spot out of the way, out of sight, and then let's throw something in place. Is Slate just going along with us here? He's cool with our plan?
I was gonna get to that. As
Sorry.
you guys are all kind of a little bit on edge, heads on a swivel, all that, kind of behind, stepping off the boat, with you all as you're right at the edge of the dock. He just kind of steps down and just kind of bumps a little bit into you as he's looking at the ceiling and everything. He's just like, my word, it is quite lovely in here. This is, a large, you could have it. You're all looking very serious.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Murder. Right.
The city is quite beautiful, is it not, Slate? Yeah, I had the same reaction when I first came here. It is okay.
The
try
dragon
and pay
statue
attention.
at the river was amazing. Sorry. Yeah, do you want me to keep coming along? Is this where you were, I'm guessing, cutting me loose again?
I do not know if you are safer with us or safer on your own. I am inclined to say stay with us until the Scalebound Guild, and then perhaps once we know the danger has passed.
We should be able to help you find lodgings and get you set up.
That
But
is my
if it looks like
thought,
we're
yes.
getting in trouble, feel free to cut us loose and find.
We
a
are
dark-
not holding you to us by
dark
any
doorway.
means. You are free to take off as soon as you wish. We just wanted to make sure you have safe travel and an ability to get back on your own.
At this point,
although
though,
if you would like a back alley tour, Slate, I'll throw it in for free.
He is the man to do it.
the longer you're standing here with us, the fewer your choices become. They recognize you and that you're with us.
I honestly have the feeling that ship has already sailed, seeing as let's just go. I love tours.
Right on.
All right. For the sake of roll me, let's go with I'd say a city check, but there's no
Okay.
such thing. So let's do a survival.
City check.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. That'd be something perfect for.
Okay. A survival.
Is this anything that I could send Owl up in a? I'm not sure. Is it all caverns or is there open spaces where there's pseudo houses?
So
Where
what-
you're at right now, very easy, very open, big,
Okay.
big land. But it doesn't take long once you start moving through the streets, because some of it is streets, but then very quickly turn into like catacomb, like honeycomb of tunnels
Yep.
going here and there that open back up, come back. It's like, yeah.
Well, there's open spots. I'll send Owl up. Where there aren't, we'll pull him back in.
Survival.
Yeah. Oh, that was 16.
16. Okay, perfect. So Callan kind of leads the way. You all start making your way. Yes, at first kind of starts off very like, okay, we're on the main streets, and just a little side street, nothing too off the path. When at a certain point, kind of going beside a shop that's open, that's selling like different rugs and things of that nature. There's actually a small little carving of just like a little figure carved into the stone, a statue, part of the city architecture, that he immediately just kind of puts his hand kind of where a seam you didn't even see, and it tilts out just a little bit and ducks in. And very quickly you and Loon, yep, you're gonna be squished in a little bit. Callan, you found in your time here, there are all sorts of old tunnels that are not part of the advertised usage of the city, that not many travel, and you almost like never come into contact with people moving around through here. There's evidence from time to time that others likely have used it, but not many seem to know about it. And
Oh yeah, I dodged out of a few scams here. It's good hiding spot.
so you move through, and it brings you into a different section, and you move through a few different streets, and then a similar set of tunnels. And it probably takes a little bit longer than if you had just directly gone, but within probably about an hour's time, hour and a half, you do emerge, probably about the equivalent of 2 blocks from the scalebound.
As uncomfortable as it was, we avoided being seen. You hear my back
Oh.
crack.
That we know of.
Yeah, I think
All
we're good. You don't see anybody looking now, do you? Does Owl see anything?
Yeah, looking around,
Well-
making sure.
There were very few, like much of your time was in places where Owl couldn't be there, but anytime you did get to one of those spots, you could have easily had sent Owl out to look over. And as far as like, roll me a perception check for Owl.
Oh, damn it. 8.
As far as Owl is concerned, nothing that would give off anyone noticing your passage from place to place. So there it is, about 2 blocks away.
Yeah, I'd be.
All right.
Well, how are we going to do this, huh?
Heads up. I'll take the rear. We got 2 more blocks. This will be where I'd spring on last minute. Catch them. It's either at the docks or closer to the home.
So I would be comfortable using my disguised self and changing into a, unseeming commoner, maybe.
Okay.
And
yeah.
then a beat after that, doing a silent image of myself closer to
Okay.
you guys.
Okay.
Can you make one of me? And then I'll drop back and I'll slink along behind.
We could Yeah, I can make one of you, not both though. So yeah, I replaced that with image of Theobald.
Okay.
I'll
You're
give
doing
you
this
Donna.
in the tunnel before going out, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because in the Stones district, a lot happened before we left and such. I'm a little skittish. I'm going to be looking head on a swivel, and I don't want to be instantly recognized unless.
As in, I suppose I will take the leader.
I only have one question.
Yes.
Unless I've forgotten, the Mask of Many Faces
Mhm.
still requires concentration.
I'm not. Don't know
Because
if
I think it
that's
just
true.
lets you cast it without using a spell slot.
Cast at will, no concentration.
Oh, no, never mind. Never mind.
No.
Or are you just saying that?
I am saying that, but it's also
I am saying it's also
affirmed on D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond. So okay, then we'll go with that. So
We
yeah,
appreciate
so never
you
mind.
keeping us honest, though.
Yeah, I was thinking it's like, ooh, that I think those are both going to be a thing. Never mind. Not an issue. Yep. So, make me just a performance check for the fact of you are going to be keeping this silent image moving, looking natural, and with the group.
17.
17. Okay. And then Theobald, you said you are going to be kind of slinking behind.
Yep.
So would you make me a stealth check?
God dang it. 10.
10. Okay.
Sorry. 9. Guidance.
Too late. All right. So you all start moving out. The main group trying to look as natural as possible. And Theobald, like the shadow you are,
Oh, damn it.
Slowly trailing behind. And very quickly, like as you're following them, an actual vendor will actually like stop you and be like holding up a few things like, oh, would you like to buy this, sir? You know, it's fresh, caught this morning. And kind of draws a little attention to you. Not horrible, but just definitely not what you were going for. But the group continues to move. Loon. Everybody else is a little preoccupied. Make me a perception check.
Oh, dice don't fail me now. Okay, not awful. 10.
10. Okay. Everything's fine.
Okay,
You
keep
keep
moving.
moving.
Yep.
So, Theobald, by the time you politely, quietly kind of clear yourself, and Callan, Loon, and the image and Slate all get to the main archway of the Scalebound, you can easily catch up, but so far it looks like they made it unharassed.
So they're at the gates of the Scalebound Guild.
Yep, the main archway, which is kind of an opening in to kind of the Scalebound Keep.
All right. I will move up.
Okay.
Check my 6. Keep moving up.
Okay. You make your way in. You arrive in the small little courtyard of where the archway is. You come in, there's a little kind of greeting courtyard, and then the main doors, steps going up to them. The doors are not locked. You open them, and does not take long before there are a few servants and people who working, moving, going here and there, kind of come up to you and see you and just like, yeah, how can the Scalebound help you?
We are members recently coming back from an expedition. Well, not yet members. This was our christening.
We need to talk to Dagnar.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Wait here one moment. I'll be back, and he'll go off.
You know, one
Oh.
day I will get good at cutting to the chase, as it were.
After probably 5 minutes or so, you'll hear down the hallway a little bit, just the sounds of someone not happy that they're awake. Just it's like, oh, this better be good. Okay, who? New members? New members wait till the morning. You know this. No, I don't. And then he turns a corner and sees all you. Oh, moy, I thought you were dead. Welcome back, I suppose. I'll be honest, I did not think I'd see any of you again. It's been quite a while. Who are you all again?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll be leaving.
Okay. Then
Callan, that is very dishonest of you. We were sent on a mission.
But they forgot about the mission. Couldn't have been that important.
Elendil.
As well as unimportant as it may or may not have been, it was a task we were given.
Elendil, Battlemaster.
We have retrieved.
Right. Theobald, the ex soldier. Big boy. I remember you. I'm not. I see you picked up 2 strays.
This not touch. Oh, that's right. He has the. This is Kalun. He is doing his thing, as it were. The other one over here, his name is. Did Slate come in with us?
He did. He has been quiet and just.
His name is Slate. Yeah, he is new to
Hello.
us, and is actually in need of some assistance getting himself started again.
We'll take care of him. Don't worry about it, the Battlemaster. We do have one missing party member, though, who we ran into problems. I don't know if we want to talk about it here in the hall or.
No.
This would seem to be guild build business versus.
Come. He'll kind of lead you all in further, kind of every now and then giving you, Callan, a little eye, just for the simple fact of you look like just a guy, just like who? And Slate a little bit too. He'll lead you down a few halls, down some steps, and then open a door and it's just a medium-sized room, tables, stuff like that. Kind of all of you come sit, and he'll kind of shout, he's like, are all of you, anybody hungry? Let's get some food. They've been traveling. And he'll shut the door, sit down, and he's like, all right, boys. Elendil, you made it back. You're alive. I am guessing we haven't heard anything from the other group. So you survived. Honestly, that was more than we were truly expecting. So I suppose congratulations are in order.
Well, sort of. We did end up pairing up with the other group in the depths of Elendil.
Oh, I didn't expect that with the nice little hostility you and the wizard had with you.
We found a detente. Speaking of the wizard, we ran into some issues. There were some people ended up hunting us over a misunderstanding on the docks. And Valiant Dorn and some of his blue boys. Any luck? Any recognition?
Roll me an insight.
21.
Doesn't
22.
seem- He
22.
does not seem to react too much. Whether for good, bad, and all that,
Sure.
it looks like he's just taking all of this in right now.
Fine, Dorn. We think he was with an Assassin's Guild up in Dragonlock here. Tracked us down. Seemed interested in Telsia. Took her, though she was fairly instrumental in extracting the cube.
Hmm.
Boone, I'll try to.
Hold. You actually found it?
And I'll just kind of with half a flourish present it on like not actually holding it, but like a piece of something in between cloth, whatever.
Don't touch it. We learned that one.
He at first was kind of reaching out a little bit, and but you will see actual surprise in his face.
Is that good membership? Is ours now? Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, honestly, just surviving was more than we figured would happen. But if anybody came back, is more than enough for a able-bodied warrior who knows when to leave, when to stay. But the fact that you actually found this cube and brought it back, that's, yes, membership is more than secured, in my opinion. But obviously, ending decision is with the Scalebinder.
We wouldn't have been able to pull it out without Telsia. They took her. We would like to try to find her. We did also encounter some other people on the road who knew of the cube and wanted it. Cloaked figures, half a dozen of them. Battle started going against them, and they would be breaking some sort of talisman and bursting into flames. Spoke some sort of language we're not familiar with.
I can illustrate all this with the minor illusion
Oh, excellent.
or silent image.
Okay.
The battle plays out on the table.
And I'll drop
Callan
the
somehow has an
commoner
even
guy
more
stuff.
heroic.
I'll drop the commoner stuff, but I will alter my appearance to look like Callan before he left the Scalebound Guild. So not so auspicious looking as I probably do with my furs and my wizard robes and such.
Yes.
Just humble old Callan.
So yeah, the whole scene plays out, and he just kind of, you see him watching, and I see you've all learned new tricks along the way. Good. Well, all of this is, I mean, fascinating and unfortunate to hear that the wizard was taken, but we can put people on looking into this assassins. And as for the obvious cult or whatever they are, I will spread the word, see if anybody else has had interactions with them. I'll be honest, I know not too much about this cube, but it's been something that has been an open contract for quite some time. It was more of a bonus if anybody actually ever found it. Not that we actually knew it was there for sure, but it's very, very impressive. I look forward to telling this all to the Scalebinder. You boys did good. We'll have to put the word out for your wizard friend, and as I said, the cult. Beyond that, it's congratulations. I mean, it's going to be a little celebration for our newest members, it sounds like.
As wonderful as that sounds, I do not know that we will be able to accept at this time, especially not with the way that our compatriot was taken. We are concerned that she is in very grave danger at the moment. The people who took her were not completely happy with her.
Oh, I bet not.
I speak for myself. I cannot obviously speak for the rest of them, but I do not feel
Well,
comfortable celebrating before.
Loon, as members of the guild, we may have more access to more resources than we would have without as well. And
And I understand that, but I
And
am trying
sure,
to
Battlemaster understands that we would like to be a part of this search and this hunt as much as possible as well. We had our differences, but it
I
wasn't
can-
right how she got taken.
And you might want to put some effort behind finding her because she's been working on her autobiography. And I'm telling you, at this point, it has to be getting real interesting.
Oh yeah, you that guy. Now that I remember you.
That was actually exactly. It's like, oh, you.
sorry, Dungeon Master.
No,
I didn't mean to.
you beat me to the punch. Yeah, you'll see that look cross his face of like, oh yeah, you.
Right? So how's Leech? How's Leech doing? We should visit Leech, shouldn't we, guys?
Yes, you should definitely leave me alone. We'll obviously lodgings here within the keep are open. I will bring all of this information, and he kind of looks like he wants to try to pick up the cube, but also looks a little cautious. It's like, and
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'll wrap it back up and I'll just hand it to him. This is yours. It is.
he kind of, as he reaches, like, it's safe inside. Can't put his hand. He's like, all right.
Do you see me? That's just a joke. You are fine. Take it.
We're more than happy to keep babysitting this thing if you don't know what to do with it.
Oh, me, I
no,
don't care.
no. You can babysit this if you want. I am done being the target of this crap. We are not taking it on our travels anymore. We were attacked by those cultists. I am leaving it here.
If you want help locking in an armory or anything, let us know.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You boys have done a good job. Take food as it whenever it comes, and just enjoy your evening. Tomorrow, I'm sure Scalebinder will want to talk to you all. But for now, and I do understand what you're saying. If it can be done, we will make sure you all are involved in any information we find out about your wizard friend.
Thank you, Master. Battlemaster.
I do.
We lost you. We lost you.
Scott.
This dang switch.
Did you put one of the earrings on?
Yes.
Give it a tap.
He walks out of the room with the cube, and as he does, all of a sudden, one of the servants kind of bumps into him with a tray, and he's like, "Oh, of course, now you come." Just kind of go, and he walks off. Food's brought in, kind of equivalent of leftovers, things from the day, but easy to prepare, quickly put together. You all can.
Big bowl of rice.
As
There you
you
go.
know what, it's got to be better than the trail berries and crap I've been finding on the side of the road so far.
Oh yeah, it's probably very much a feel of like civilization.
I would nearly drop everything I'm holding to just face into the food.
So you feast. You all are shown to quarters. You can sleep in your own individual rooms and beds for the night.
No Goliath snoring.
Yeah, no Goliath snoring. Slate looks a little bit more uncomfortable, but like as this all kind of goes on, he's shown to a room like just like kind of you guys are all in a section area, and he kind of uncomfortable. You can tell a little bit, but he goes into a room as well. You all sleep for the night alone. No. Nothing happens. Nothing horrible. Perception checks.
Nothing horrible.
Yeah, no, just Did anyone check their food for poison? I'm just saying. Did anyone? Yeah. You wake up the next morning. You have breakfast, whether you be alone, together, and you get notified by one of the servants that the scalebinder would like to talk to all of you in the afternoon, early afternoon, and you have a few hours. Anything you guys want to do in that time?
Let's go talk to Leech.
Yeah.
Let's get paid up.
Whoop, whoop. All right, heading down to Leech.
Slate. He's an interesting character. Slate coming with?
Let's see. Oh, he's interested enough. Yeah, sure. General interest, 18. So he's just like, yes, I've heard you all speak of this Leech fellow a few times. Sounds like an interesting character. Let's, after you lead the way, you all make your way down into kind of his little catacombed office barn and immediately assaulted with all the different scents and noises of creatures. Actually, at the time you actually see Leech when after you come in, he's actually just got a few like Bunsen burner type things going. He's got a pot that he's been stirring and he's writing some notes, and he looks up and he's got these kind of glasses on that have a couple different lenses on them, and he kind of puts out, he's like, boys, welcome back.
Leech.
I remember you. Tell me, no other effects from the parasol, like nothing else.
Kind of hard to tell.
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Good. No, that's real good. That's real good. It kind of pulls out another little thing and kind of flips some pages. And
Still alive.
still, yeah. It's been like a month. Yeah, this is impressive. Oh,
Right.
I'd
Yeah.
love
We
to-
brought a whole bunch of I brought a whole bunch of stuff I'd love for you to check out. So maybe add to your
yeah, bring it
notebooks.
on.
Yeah. So I want to show him like the roots and such that I pruned from Allendale that
Yikes.
constituted the certain amount of magic alchemy components.
Okay.
See if he sees anything cool there.
Nothing too much at first. He just kind of is looking through some of it, sniffing this, sniffing that, takes a bite out of one of them, and just kind of. It's like I could definitely take it off your hands if you're looking to get rid of it, but nothing too crazy.
All right. Then I'll show him my work in progress alchemy project that I was working on that could have been a coma drawth of some kind if I kept working on it. Hey, what do you think of this? Got any tips for improvement on that?
All right. Yeah, he kind of takes a look at it and starts kind of going through the motions of kind of looking at it, samples it a little bit, puts it on his tongue a little, and just burns, the end of the sample. And it's, I'd have to, think a little bit more on it, but there might be some things. Yeah, I could help you out. We talked about a little bit of a quid pro quo, did we not?
Yep, we did. All right. So yeah, you tell me what you're thinking. But I got a couple other things too.
Right. Because you were going down there and I expected I'd never see you boys again. Here you all are, and looking over you boys, you all got some new stuff. So the deal was what? I get to pick two, right?
And
That is
think-
correct, I do believe.
I think you might like this here, and I'll show him like those vials of the potions that were
so-
in that case.
Yeah, pull out that kind of travel leather
Mhm.
case and starts looking. He's like, "Oh, what we got here?" And he starts going through. He's like, you know what any of these actually are right off the bat? And he picks up one of them. He's like, "Oh, no, I know these." Oh yeah, healing potions. These
Mhm.
are rare.
Oh yeah. So I mean, is that something like you and I could work together and maybe synthesize some more? Or 'cause that seems like it would come in really handy.
Oh, right. I mean, that's real magical oomph kind of healing. I mean, that's nothing temporary. I'd be more than happy to try if you want. I mean, are you thinking that Case is one of them, or
Uh, how about the healing potion? And we've got a lot of other stuff. How
Roll
about
me a-
this?
Do we sell the leg?
The,
Or did that get toasted in the fire?
The
Oh,
leg
yeah.
of the thing, yeah.
two things? One, roll me a persuasion check first, Callan.
Okay, so it's 24.
Okay.
And
okay.
oh, that was it.
Roll me just a random luck check. If it's higher than a 12,
Huh.
you got the leg still.
No, it's a 10. Ah. All right. So I would
So after
I could like show him the other potions. Yeah, I think this is an invisibility potion. And I think
right.
I think this one shrinks you to really small size. Just from what I figured out with the help of Telsia, the wizard.
Is that the one that
And-
gave you the baby hand?
Yeah.
Oh,
You grew a baby head?
Oh, we had to test
Or-
it, right?
Yeah, all right. I like it.
Oh, and check this one out. It's smoke in a bottle. Now I can't tell if this you throw this and it makes smoke, or you drink this and you turn into smoke, or some other option in between.
All right. Kind of takes that one and looks at, like, holds it up to a candle and starts a few things. Looks really puzzled, and he's just like, that is interesting. All right. Right now, I got to say, I like these two. And he puts one of the healing potions and the vial of smoke to the side. He's like, all right, I like these. Is the better? Because I like these are fascinating. I love to work more on these, but I feel like these are the first things you're showing me, not necessarily the best.
Absolutely. So here's one. I'm not even sure what it is. You got to help me out if you know. And I'll show him that tooth pendant. I have a note on it that says like M1A. Does he have any insight on that?
Yeah, and he's the right person for it. He immediately, you see his eyes get big, and he's like, where in all of the dragon shite did you find that?
my goodness. I
Like
do believe he likes
snatches
this
it out
one.
of your hand and immediately just goes running off and climbs up onto some shelves, pulls out a book, climbs back down, slams it down, and opens it up. He starts going through. He's like, no, I can't be that one. It's everything. No, that's in the deep seas. I can't possibly be that. Hey, hold on. He's like, all right. I picked this one. I want this one as well. Oh, but I like those too. Anyway, you got, I don't know where you found this, a bona fide beholder tooth. Those aren't even supposed to exist, mate.
What's a beholder?
I
Uh,
miss Kalun, this beholder. I do not understand.
Things that aren't even from a world. They're supposed to not even exist.
Are they like half goblin, half gorilla things?
I
Do they just like stare at people and behold them all the time? Or
Are they half
Well-
demon, half angel things? Oh,
Where'd you see what, mate? No,
Yeah, that was
There
some
was
more
an
of the
entire
fun
room
stuff
of
we
them
saw
in
at
the
Allendale.
ruins. They were.
we're gonna have to get brunch one of these days. No, behold, I mean, they're not even supposed to exist, but from what little I have, floating eye with eyes.
A floating what with what?
Gable's just nodding at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
no,
Yeah, so you know what to do with it. You know what it is.
Alright.
I could do lots of things with this if this is actually what it looks like it is. I mean, yeah, I could do a lot with this. I want this. This is one. I picked this. Can't no take backs.
That fills my heart with joy that I could find something that you like that much. So yes, Leech, you by all means.
All right, and
Uh,
as for the other.
Does he have is there like an open table space or something?
Yeah, it's like his whole bench in front.
Alright.
He's got a few little projects working, but
Is it like an empty spot?
oh sure, yeah.
The Kopesh, pull the mantle off. Earring,
And
And I'll
or pull my
how about-
boots
how about
off,
this
clunk the
and
boots on.
show him the
Yeah.
gelatinous cube residue.
All right. Oh wow, you boys really had a
yeah,
trip.
I'm
didn't you?
doing the same with the earring and my bracers and the magi sphere.
River.
Okay. All right.
You only get one more. You've made your first choice.
Let's see what is the most shiny looking to him at that moment. Ooh. He's like, you see him keep looking back at the potions because that's a thing he likes.
No.
But after you put the Magi sphere and how freaking shiny it is on there, he just keeps looking back at that and just like, I mean, what it kind of picks up the sphere. He's like, what does this do?
Do you mind if I'll grab it?
Tosses it
from
back
him.
to yeah.
A light, a boing, a bright
Oh,
light.
yeah.
Tell it to turn off. And then, do you have a locked container in the room anywhere? So that I can...
Oh, he pulls out a chest.
Okay.
He's like,
All right. I go up, touch the sphere, knock, 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 and pull it open.
all right. I like it. I like it a lot.
Hold on, I gotta look it up. There's one more thing.
It does more.
I am very much regretting even. And then I'll just kind of close my eyes for a second. Give me sight to be on sight. Do I see anything in the room?
The hidden trapdoor underneath the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll me just a perception check with
Perception?
advantage right now.
Okay, so that's at natural 20.
You see around here, there is behind one shelf, which looks like a perfect sized little tunnel leading in with a door, like doored latch that looks like it's part of the actual shelf that leads off. You see one behind the counter that looks like it goes straight down with a ladder.
Uh-huh.
And then behind you, right, the door that you guys came in, right above it, you can see there's actually a going straight up that looks like just like the wood beams and everything just cover it in the shadow. And there seems to be one of the beams that actually looks like it could hinge up.
That's the one I'm gonna go for. I place the sphere back down on the table and I walk over and I go, and I get up and I just push it open or whatever.
Well, that was here before I even moved in here.
There's one over there, and there's also one over there. That one goes to a 10. And that one...
All right. That is proprietary knowledge that I feel inclined I have to protect. And he kind of pulls the Magi sphere off the table. Then he's like, for my own
You can take the sphere.
security,
I will
I-
know that these are here.
But
Can
he
I
won't
interest
say
you in
anything.
a piece of candy?
Ooh, piece of candy. I have a piece of candy. It's magic too. You want that?
What kind of candy?
What kind do you want it to be?
Oh.
You have got to be shitting me. He
Give it a
reaches
try.
out, plucks it.
Name
he's
a
like-
flavor.
He just starts to see. He's like, tastes like sardines.
Ah,
Yeah.
you never cease to amaze me.
Pops it
Leech.
out, and it's dry. Looks at the sphere again. Looks at it.
Yeah. Give the candy another shot. What else do you like?
Rat, you know.
Ah.
Your reactions make it better. Let's keep going. He'll oh gosh, which I'm gonna roll for it even or odds because those would be very tempting to him. He's like, take the sphere, puts the candy back in his mouth.
Ah, all right. It works out well for me.
I don't think he wanted that one
Leech.
back, Kellen, anyway, after he had it in his mouth. But
I'm so happy that we could make you happy.
It's great.
All right.
Okay. I love this thing. And he just kind of tucks it into like a little spot in his belt. All right. May I borrow these 2 vials I'll give them back, but let me look at them. Let me maybe try to help me, help me, little help with the potions.
Leech, if you want an arrangement like that, I would be comfortable letting you borrow all of these in the case I have here.
A word as an alchemist.
Thank you. And I really would love to learn more about that from you.
Anything I find on these, I will let you know. Show
Thank
you
you,
how it's
Leech.
done, give you all my notes.
I appreciate it.
so I put my boots back on.
Yeah, as for the rest of this gear, I mean, I could look into it. You're going to unfortunately want to talk to Sealy. She's kind of taken over that part. R&D expert now.
Sealy? Sealy Grizzle?
Right.
Ah,
I don't mind, but you know, some of the flashier things now go to her.
yeah. I would love to talk to her. Do you have any blast shields though?
Blast shields. And he kind of starts rummaging around. He's like, and he pops up. He's like, what kind of blasting?
Silly Grizzle type blasting.
Oh, nope, nothing. Nope.
Yeah, we came in with her. We remember her too. That's
Force of nature, that one.
something like that.
Yeah, she's a spark plug and a lightning bolt and a thunderstorm of charm.
He is a wonderful mix of a lot of different things that I am glad stays here.
Right.
We appreciate your help, Leech. Thank you.
No, I get it. But I will tell you, she is on the way you came, turn the other way much further. Metal doors. Gotta contain that. But it kind of pulls out the candy again. We'll talk more, but this good trade.
Leech, have you thought up you've got my badge yet? Do you have any jobs coming up or willing to take anything here and trade for it? We did have a pretty awesome encounter. I was hoping that we could bring you back a live specimen, but I was a bit incapacitated.
How about this? We talk, catch up, I get all the details, ask any question I can think of while you tell me what you remember of these things. I might be able to still make some observations, some ideas, things like that. And we'll go over any kind of jobs with that at that time.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Good job, boys. Glad you're all back.
Good to be
It is
back.
good to be back in a little bit of comfort and safety.
Sure.
This year's slate, by the way. We don't know he's sticking around.
kinda-
He came in with us.
Hello. Yep. He's been just kind of jaw dropped watching all of this. And he just kind of is like, oh, didn't even see ya. Kind of nods and he just.
Yeah, he
This
came
is
back from the
a
dead.
lot. Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much time you got?
Colin, what have you done? You have exposed him to nothing but relentless testing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was really hoping he was maybe like a werewolf or something, but
Mate, are you a werewolf? And Slate's just looking. He's like, I hope not. He's like, nah, they got business with Silly. Why don't you sit down? Let's talk.
yeah,
Back from the
I don't
dead.
think he's actually a werewolf though. Sorry.
Can't have everything. Sit down, Slate. We got some talking. I'd love to hear all about coming back from the dead.
Just watch Slate.
Slate gives you all a look of like, do I have to go with the goblin?
This would be safer than talking to Sealy.
No, Slate, you get to go with the goblin.
Just don't eat anything he gives you.
He's just like, okay, why? He's like, no, they're joking. I remove anything that disagrees with your belly. Literally, right, Callan?
Oh yeah, yeah. You see, I turned out just fine.
2 belly buttons.
I'll show him.
Oh. So yeah, he'll very nervously kind of go towards the counter more and just kind of like hurry back.
Yep.
So
I'm
as
gonna let the other two
He seems okay. Well,
start to work on leaving first, and I'm gonna turn back. So what do you have behind those hidden doors? Yeah, maybe I'll just go.
You're gonna keep that to yourself.
I'll just
He
nod
will
and walk
leech.
out.
Thanks a lot.
Plays with
He
his
makes me uncomfortable.
leech.
I make him uncomfortable. It is an even trade.
You'll find leeches in your bed. You'll wake up with a mustache.
Callum, I may be needing your services more soon than I expected.
tomorrow morning after breakfast. When did you have time to grow a mustache?
What do you mean time to
Goliath
grow
can't. So you all make your way out the door, and as you do, you start to hear just conversation from Leech. You're just like, all right, how deep were you buried? You know, door shuts. You make your way to a and you've never seen this construction before. But it's basically a large submarine door. I mean, it's got the turn crank, opens with effort, and you will see all mixed array of, I mean, there are Bunsen burners. There is almost the equivalent of like a Tesla coil. There, I mean, all sorts of mechanical what that you've never really seen. And in the distance, you will hear someone humming. Very quickly, you can pick up that it's Silly's voice, humming, and just absently, you can hear her almost talking to someone herself, or maybe someone, as she is sitting there and writing notes down, and with one hand playing with a little contraption as she's like taking it, like almost sparking it, and you hearing almost sounds of pain from this little mechanical like tripody thing, and she, totally in her element and not paying attention to anything.
Hmm. Just kind of gently, just dong 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 dong. See, like trying to stay out of the way, like just trying to get her attention first. Seely,
Keeps talking to herself quietly. It's just like, it's okay. That's the way it needs to be done. No, it doesn't. You got to do it over here. That's the way it always goes. And just not even paying attention.
I don't want to be the one to do it. She is very concentrated at the moment. I would hate to ruin that.
I don't
Gave
want to get
Callan
too.
something to kick me last time.
I don't want to get too close to her.
So
I will-
You're all so worried. Meanwhile, you hear this little mechanical thing.
If there's some cover, like a desk or a
Cover.
table,
Yeah,
like
there's,
right inside.
there's oh, right inside the door. No, not right inside the door.
Okay,
but
then
there
I'll
are
just peek
shelves
into the door
behind the steel.
and cast a silent image of myself, and have that walk up to her, and then I can thaumaturgy. Silly Grizzle, hey, how you doing?
Okay. Okay. Good. Oh, she's having a very lucid moment. So she'll
What?
be very startled and she's like, "Oh, Callan Dunn, how are you?"
Illusion Callan, hey, how you doing? Hey, we're here to run some stuff by you. Got some time?
She'll take the instrument and just touch your nose of the image, and it just and you actually feel a little static electricity, a little pop. And she's just like she's like, "Callan Dunn,
Hey, hi.
is it time to dance again?"
Yeah, that would be lovely, but that's not why we're here right now.
No.
What, hold on. She grabs the little thing that's still squeaking and squawking and opens the drawer and throws it inside and shuts it.
What?
He's being rude. I'm sorry. It's been a little you're not supposed to be, are you? What time is it? And she'll look at a clock, like a little pocket watch, and just look at it, and she's like, "Oh, I'm late." And she'll start to pick things up. She's like, "I'm sorry, I'm in your way."
Oh no, you're fine. We came to see you.
We are here to, yes.
I can stay then. Then I'm not late. I'm right on time. Hi. So
Silly, we just returned from Allendale. We found a bunch of cool stuff, and we want to run it by you since we heard you got a new job as the R&D director here. What do you think?
I do. I look into things, and I get to make anything I want.
Whoa,
What?
good for you.
And she's kind of looking at all of you, and she'll just start to switch out lenses a little bit. Oh, you have a lot of pretty things.
You are not incorrect.
I need you all to take everything off.
The pretty things, right?
Yeah, all the things that aren't necessary. Like, she starts to blush a little bit, and she's just
Thank you, Silly. That was. I am not
Oh,
a
it's
shy
too late.
man, but this was
She's
about to be very
clarifying, but Callan's already naked.
sorry.
I was. Yep. All right. Well, braces again.
Where would you like
Magi
to?
sphere rearing.
Yeah. So she'll kind of like walk around and point to very specific spots as she looks over each item. You guys start to like, that goes here and that goes here. Left, nope, up. She picks like the left bracer up and moves it over across the room. She's like, the left one goes there. That's right. And starts just putting things in different locations. And then she's like, okay. So you want me to tell you what everything does, and I don't think I have enough time to do everything right now. What's
Well,
the
I
most
can help you out a
important
little
things?
bit. I can take a couple of things out of here, and I'll take the braces and the sphere back and the earring because
As you start to like pick things up, there'll be like this invisible hand that just
what
Loon,
was
Loon,
that?
it's okay. Loon, it's okay. Let her look at it.
Boris, be polite. Right
I
now they're
already
on
know
my
what
table.
I already know what my things do. I do not need to be looking at. I am simply trying to reduce your strain.
I think she may be interested in learning what they do.
Well, that's what definitely good to know as well. Well, I would tell you this one seems to be very interesting, and I point exactly to the sphere.
She just walks right over to it and starts looking at it. She's like, it's very shiny.
I can cast light out of it. I can unlock locked things once every day, and then I can find hidden doors as well.
She picks it up. How do you do that?
Unfortunately, I do believe I have used it for the day. However,
It has to try. And
It-
she'll go over and bring it to a new spot and set it on a little spot. And you see just light kind of up underneath it, sparks and stuff. She's like, shh, it's sleeping. It'll wake up soon.
okay.
As for the rest of these, I'll just need a little bit of time, but I could tell you right now, and I'm just going to randomly roll so that way, seeing as you guys probably don't care that much, unless there's a specific item that you just got to know right this second. Otherwise, I'm just going to roll for it.
Not parting with the Blackstaff.
You didn't set the black staff down?
I'm not planning on it unless she's going to
Okay.
make a point of it.
Right now, you've all set down quite many things, and
Like,
she's.
can I set the Blackstaff down?
I
haven't
mean,
really done much experimenting with it yet.
you may be able to. Would you like to try to set down your black staff?
I'll just kind of hold it a second, and listen, and see if it has an objection to her looking at it that I can feel. I want to be polite.
It feels a little resistant.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah, and I conveniently forgot to take off the black on black feathered cloak I'm wearing.
Aha. Right now, like I said, there's enough things in this room that she's got things to look at.
Okay.
So rolling off the cuff. Okay, going with that one. Okay. So she'll immediately, as she's got the one charging and she's doing this and that, and she'll like on a stand drape the hooded mantled coat, and she'll start to, oh, interesting. Yep. And she'll pull out this weird device and it moves and makes lights and all kinds of things. And then she'll walk over with a tuning fork and she'll slap the coat. And you'll actually hear when she slaps the coat, it makes a sound. And she's like, And let me do her check. And she has too much, so it's good. She's like, okay. This one's really neat. So I've been trying to make things like this, but no success. If you spend time and like let it become kind of attuned to your energy, actually be better if somebody put it on.
Somebody? Go ahead, Thibault.
This is the one place that you're not.
Yeah.
All right. I'll kind of raise my hand.
Okay.
I'll find cover.
She'll just immediately start to help you get into this jacket. Her hair, is a big poof ball.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, it looks so nice. And start moving off and goes over. And she's like, I need you to hold this up to your forehead for 10 seconds. Count exactly 10, no more, no less.
What's she handing me?
It's just this little tiny crystal.
Okay.
I found cover, right?
Yeah, you can definitely move away kind of behind a shelf and just and she walks away and she's like, tell me when you hit 10. And she
1,000,
starts looking
1,000,
at
1,000.
the sword. she's holding the sword, looking at it. She's like, "Oh, so sharp." Oh, and
10
then she'll
1,000.
pull out a crossbow and fire it directly at you, and it slams into your chest, hitting the leather. You are now temporarily attuned and have resistance to all bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Oh,
Wow.
Ah.
For the sake of this, there's no damage.
okay.
Yeah, you would hear an audible just
And,
From-
and you'll
Getting the
see
med
that
kit out.
crystal just shine bright blue for a split second, hit, and then it just crumbles.
oh,
And she's like,
Sibbald, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
she's like she barely turned, and she's back at the Kopesh.
What? You
It's okay. Loon, it's okay. It's okay.
Protects you.
what is going on in here right now?
That was cool.
That was cool.
He will just kind of looks over
here, though.
He will just kind of looks over and kind of nods, but
That was an extreme lesson, but
Sibbald, and I'll go over and I'll like pull the jacket like away, and it's like it's not even in him at all. It's just
perfect.
such is incredible. How did you? And I just like let the jacket go. I'm flabbergasted.
You'll see her start to just jot a few things on a scroll as she's still like with one finger tracing down the edge of the actual Kopesh, and then she holds out, and as if somebody took it, the little piece of paper float and then come like as if someone's holding it, walking it towards you, and hands it to you. On it, it says Hooded Mantle of Protection. You have 3 charges per long rest, recharges 1d4 per dawn. Or not without the long rest. Sorry. 3 charges, 1d4 charge restored every dawn. But for 1 minute, you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing with the bonus action after activated.
Wow.
Also, always in effect while you are attuned to this item, you have resistance to fire.
ooh,
Fancy. Fancy schmancy.
thank you, Seely.
The other one, she, as you kind of read this and say that, all of a sudden she turns around with the Kopesh and she's like, I know what this one does. And kind of
Listen, I know how to handle medicinal
Can I kinda
the best. I'm
can I-
going
can I-
to.
Quietly step in front of Loon.
oh no, you don't want me to do that. That would hurt you. She walks over to a mannequin, like a kind of a battle dummy, and she basically, you see her just focus for a minute and then just come down bashing on its arm, and you see the arm come off, and all of a sudden you see ice start to form around where the cut into the dummy. And then she's like, oh, no. And hit it again, and then little fire melts all the ice that she just hit. This Kopesh has 2 charges activated by a bonus action. They reset after every long rest, and you can add with a bonus action a 2d4 fire damage or a 2d4 frost damage. Works twice a day, and you can choose whatever mix. You can do 2 fire or 2 cold, 1 of each, but there's 2 charges within it for an extra 2d4 fire or frost damage. She scrolls that, and that gets kind of brought over into all of your general direction. She's like,
Thank the air that is handing me the thing awkwardly. That's holding up the paper. Thank you.
He's over there. As for the rest of this, it's going to take me some time because some of this looks a little bit more complicated than the rest. But how much time can I have? How much? Like, there's a lot of things here that I want to look at.
I cannot. Well, we are kind of in a bit of a hurry.
We have a meeting with Basil Zahn this afternoon.
You see her, she's just kind of, she's like, oh, and she starts to itch her arm a little bit. She's like, oh, yeah, you're back. You're probably gonna go through all of that. I took mine off. It gave me headaches, but I bet it's nice. Nobody else seemed to complain.
How much time would you need, Sealy?
A day, 2 days, a year. I don't know. More time.
We could check back in a day or two, if that'd be all right. If you guys are all right with that.
Yeah.
As long as we are not on an immediate mission, I do believe it will be okay. I would like to take that with me, and I'm pointing at the sphere. Considering we already know what it does. Please, silly.
Roll me a persuasion. She's just, there's actual focus there right now. She's just like,
Okay, persuasion. It's only 11.
she's like, I need it. Here. And she goes into her pocket and pulls out a triangle. It basically looks like a D4, but it's about the size of a palm. And she's like, I'll trade you. And you don't know what it does.
I do not know that I like this trade, but it is the only thing that I have at this moment, and I'm grabbing onto it.
I want it back, and make sure you feed him at least every day.
Feed him what?
He'll let you know.
Silly, what have you entrusted me with? I do not feel like I am prepared for this kind of responsibility.
Alan will help.
Yeah.
Calon,
Didn't you always want a pet?
No.
Maybe you should wear the mantle.
You are not making me feel better about this, Leopold. You are a funny man, but no.
So leaving those items there for her to investigate.
Is that something that we can help her with, or I can help her with?
Yes.
I mean, are you asking if you can be involved in this process?
Yes.
Yes. Roll me a persuasion. And I'm gonna say with disadvantage only for the fact of her.
10.
10. Yeah, as you kind of ask her and start to be like, it's like, hey, maybe I could learn a thing or two. Like, she'll very quickly just start to like hand you things to hold, and then start to take them back and move them in different, like almost dismissing you until you feel a light invisible hand kind of just touch your shoulder with a light pat. and then a rub on your back.
Okay.
Gently pushing you towards the door.
Okay, good to see you, Silly. Thank you for your help.
Yep, more time.
Okay.
All right, you all leave.
Yeah.
That's where we'll end there for tonight. We'll pick back up with your meeting with the Scalebinder, Bazozan, Vasker, and we'll go from there. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Remember to reach out to us for inspiration. You can reach us on our Monsters of Roll Discord, Down with Dragons on Facebook, Monsters Roll on Twitch. Remember also this will be on YouTube. Plus there's also the Dungeon Patrol that is the podcast, which kind of got all this started and let us do what we're doing. So check out their new episodes. They're putting those on YouTube as well. And then they're also their first season that's on most of your podcasting apps. But until next week, everybody have a great week. Be safe, and see you next time. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Thank you.